Monty and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by...
Because wine is your second favorite four-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah.
The NWA heavyweight champion, and at the time you had to be able to go 60 as a babyface or a heel as a champion. And this guy had been around, and he was polite with everybody, but I wasn't intimidated. I didn't think I was good enough to even talk to him. But when that'd be like you're breaking in baseball and you're playing baseball with Babe Ruth, and you don't want to talk to Babe Ruth because you don't feel you're worthy of him. And that's the way I felt, was because I knew I was the shits, and I never thought I would stay in the business as long as I did here, of just talking shit and doing whatever.
Drew Wilson knows how to keep us on live here. Hey, Rip, how you liking this 80-degree weather? It's $10 super chat.
This is the greatest weather we've had here today.
Opinions on Monty and the Pharaoh.
Oh yeah, I watch them on the internet a lot of times. They're really good. I like them. They have some great guests on there. I like their opinions. As a matter of fact, they're over with me. I watch them as much as I can, just as much as I watch Jimmy Cornette stuff, and that's probably the main two that I like. But then again, I like James. I like to watch James's stuff, and then God, I see the guy. I've been on his show, but I can't. The dark-haired guy, this and that. But anyway,
I've never heard of Monty and the Pharaoh.
Yeah, they're good. You can Google.
They wrestling?
Yeah, it's all about wrestling stuff.
Oh.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's. Whoop, microphone off again. Jimmy, how do you like that? Just keep doing it. Welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty the Pharaoh, where Mike Monty is sitting in his man cave and Jimmy's from Wahoo Saloon, and we're still studio-less. So, Michael, I want you to introduce yourself to the audience. But first off, how did you find out about Monty the Pharaoh, Michael?
You would never believe the late, great Vince Steele. He was a big fan of you guys, and whenever he stood over my house, that's where he used to watch him and Giovanni Cruz. That's what they always used to watch in my house. And Giovanni used to always put you guys over, and I used to watch the show a lot with him when he used to stay out here.
Now, let me ask you something. You've been in the wrestling business for a long time, right? And me and Jimmy are just fans. So, but what's your opinion of people that aren't in the business having such I don't know, popularity, and maybe just like having too many opinions when they've never laced up the boots? You've laced up the boots, you've promoted, you've done it all. How does that make you feel?
So right now, like with my current situation in pro wrestling, I'm a little upset because I transitioned from being a ring announcer, a real ring announcer, not that Samantha Irving shit. All right, I got trained in Gleason's gym by some of the best.
Nice.
After I left Gleason's, I explored and I became a manager. It wasn't easy for me. I had to go through Pablo Marquez. I had to go through Frankie Reyes. I had to go through Bill Alfonso. And nowadays, I got all these little kids. They're managers now. They're girlfriends. They're roommates, and they all fucking suck. And now the art of being a manager is fucking diluted. Everybody wants to be Paul Heyman. It's like they never watched wrestling back in the days. They don't get what being a manager is. And, it fucking sucks. So I don't listen to nobody when they have their opinion, because there's so many guys that would tell you this is the way you're gonna get into business, and this is the way you need to do things, and it's all fucking bullshit. It's who you fucking blow in this business. That's how you get fucking signed. That's really what it is.
Mike, who is a great announcer?
A great announcer to me, besides Howard Finkel, I'm always gonna go with Michael Buffer.
Okay.
I'm always gonna go with Michael Buffer. I've seen him live, that energy.
Now,
I do.
My partner loves Samantha Irvin. So tell me why she's such a, I don't see the big deal. I know she was good at what she did, but what makes you say what you said about Samantha?
So when you ring announce, right? What's the main event is the main attraction, right?
Correct.
Samantha's energy throughout the whole thing is the same thing. So she makes everything sound like the main attraction. So the main attraction gets diluted before you even get there. She sounds, by the time she gets to the main event, her voice is already hoarse. There's no more energy. You know, when you do 10 matches, you want to do the first one real good, second and third one lackluster, the one before intermission, you hype them up so they could come back, because I've been doing a lot of shows in Florida. Sometimes they fucking suck so much after intermission, you don't see nobody. You know, so you wanna keep the crowd hype. You know, a good example. I used to work with the Young Professor. You know, the Young Professor's fucking awesome. He got signed to the Savannah Bananas. He's the hype man for the Savannah Bananas. But when you listen to the Young Professor, he's hosting an event. He's telling you who's coming up. He's making you understand the product and why. All I get now in Florida is a bunch of girlfriends and put this guy on and put this one on, and they don't even dress the role. That's the biggest part. They don't even fucking dress the role. That's my biggest pet peeve. If you're not in a suit and a tie, I don't care. Yeah, it's Florida. It's, you know, it's 100 degrees, but fuck it, bro. But play the role. Play the role. And a lot of it out here is that since the whole CCW thing, you know, there's not a lot of opportunity no more in Florida. There's like, you know, this shit is dead, you know, rest in peace, Alpha. But, you know, Alpha's WXW was one of the last schools you could go into and possibly get signed, you know, and it used to be Alpha School and CCW under Pablo Marquez, okay? Under Pablo Marquez, you would be able to get signed. I struggled ring announcing. I didn't struggle really as a manager, but fuck no, I don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion.
How do you navigate the waters building a product with all these jokers around you? How do you filter out the bullshit? I mean, you got to have a vision, right? I mean, you obviously have a vision when you're building something. I mean, how do you navigate these waters with the mess that you got to riff through to get to what you want to get done?
Yo, the internet plays the biggest role here in Florida, okay? The internet can make you or break you out here. There's a lot of guys here that they're never going nowhere. They're just going to do the same 3 shows every 2 months. And basically, you have to learn how to filter yourself out of all these shows. There's so many. I call them genres. I don't call them pro wrestling. I call them the different genres of pro wrestling. You got your fucking mud show. You got your I Believe I Could Wrestle. You got your cosplayers. You got your bar wars. You got your backyarders. You got your fucking you got your 10 people to a crowd. You got your VFW ones. You got your boys and girls ones. None of them fucking draw shit. None of them. It's like fucking. I give you the best example. You know how Jersey, all the laws are different?
Yep.
It's the same way down here. You don't need a license, and you don't need to go through the athletic commission. So everybody here has a fucking ring.
So let me run this by you. Last week we had the great Eddie Mansfield on, and yeah, not so great in some people's, opinions for crossing the line and blurring the kayfabe and stuff. But he said something very interesting regarding the independent territories. He said that there needs to be a return to state athletic commissions.
I believe that. I believe that.
Can you elaborate for me why you do?
Okay, so I do ring rentals, right? I have my own 16x16 ring. I stopped doing ring rentals because I rented it out to someone and I didn't go to the event. I went to my shoe job. Someone delivered the ring. They put it up. In the middle of that match, some untrained fool thought he was fucking Finn Balor, threw himself, missed the opponent, broke his fucking leg. Okay, that's in my ring now. Even though I'm not responsible for the event, but it's still in my ring.
Correct.
So the reason why I feel like Florida does need an athletic commission is people get it twisted. People think because AEW and NWA and WWE's here, you're going to get fucking signed if you move down here. You had Gary Wolf on the show?
Yes,
Ask Gary Wolf. He lives in Spring Hill. Ask Gary Wolf if he fucking makes money here in Florida. He doesn't make shit. You know, it's. I try to think sometimes like what's necessary for Florida, and I look at New York for an example. We had a lot of shit going on. The athletic commission came in. Now you need a certain amount of money. You need a certain amount of doctors. You need a certain amount of things to run a show. So now you don't have that pollution of fucking backyard wrestlers all over the place. If I'm correct, the only two shows that are still running in New York City is probably HOG and Gino Caruso. No one else could fucking afford these licenses. And some lady down in Queens that Cha Charlie goes to a show down in Queens. But the importance of having an athletic commission here is that these people are untrained, okay? They're getting in the ring. The oversaturation of wrestling out here is no one's making money because of the oversaturation. Everyone thinks they draw. If you ask anybody that knows, like when the NWA comes to Florida, all these kids from Tampa can't even draw fucking 40 people. You feel me? Yeah. Even when you have the little NXT tryouts and stuff, nobody wants to fucking work. Nobody wants to promote themselves. Everybody think putting $15 on fucking Facebook is gonna make you famous, and it doesn't go like that. I had it rough in the beginning. I had it rough in boxing. I came through Gleason's. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar, how familiar you are with boxing. Johnny Rods, I'm not gonna say he's my uncle, but he's like an uncle to me. I grew up around him. Francisco Guzman is my godfather. He trained Acapito Sanchez. My grandfather fought Tommy Gallagher.
Okay.
So there's a lineage there of boxing greatness. Growing up around Johnny, I used to see the way he trains people. I used to see, you know, when you're Puerto Rican and you know you got those older men in the table, when you walk up, if you respect that person, you tell them bendición. Johnny was one of the guys I'll see. I'll be like bendición. You know, he always kept me like, didn't want me in the ring. He wanted me boxing. He wanted me to stay in school and stuff. Years later, I tried to join him, and the first thing he said was, "This is all shit. Go get yourself a good job. Go take care of yourself because this business is not what it used to be." Now, when I moved to Florida and Jimmy Hart starts putting me on, I instantly realized what he means. It's like no one wants to train, bro. Everybody, you know, you graduate from these stupid schools and right away you fucking, that's it. You're fucking RVD and that's it. You're one of a kind and it's oversaturated here. Where you live at in Panama City, there's about 8 fucking companies in that area.
Yeah, I know.
And not one of them draw.
You're correct. You are correct. And there's no place to draw here anyway. The nearest real concert, like if you want to see a big time band or a big time event, you got to go to Tampa. That's 5 hours from here, man. That's 5 hours from here. And yeah, it is a free for all. And it's odd that Mike, was it Greg Gagne that we had on? He had trained Tiffany Stratton, who was currently in, and she didn't want to put in the work. She didn't want to put in the work. That's a Gagne, and you're not putting in the work. So it's basically going across the board. Does the current product piss you off? Considering, look, when you name drop Johnny Rods, we're fans of the old school WWF, going back to Bruno and those days, even, you know, for me in the beginning. How do you feel about today's product?
So I do watch a lot of, all right, so I watch a lot of Spanish wrestling because I'm not watching none of the American stuff because I have to pay attention. Magic City is opening. They announced it last week. Magic City was, if you watch Spanish TV like Telemundo and stuff, Eddie Colon and Stacy Colon had a company called Latin American Wrestling Entertainment. They did a lot of shows in Colombia, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Miami. So I was part of their developmental. So now that they're reopening, I'm paying attention to all like CMLL, some of the stuff that's going on in WWC. Bronco got a promotion. I'm paying attention to that stuff because it's more interesting. I don't really like the current AEW product. I do like Monday Night Raw because Penta and them is there. The storylines are getting a little dull, but it's better than what the fuck is going on in the indies. Like, it's better.
How did you feel about the purchase of AAA by WWE? Were you disappointed to hear that? Or
Not really, because Super Crazy. So my CCW break came from Vince, Super Crazy, and Pablo. So I know Super Crazy was excited about it because they're finally gonna get to see money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's a difference like getting paid $100 Mexican dollars compared to 100
Yeah.
American dollars.
Oh,
So
for sure. Yeah.
I'm happy with the fact that they're not going to get paid in pesos no more. So
Oh,
that's gonna be big because now they could take care of themselves. You know, the cost of living in Mexico is super cheap.
right.
As of the product getting dull, they have no control of that.
Yeah.
Honestly, they have really no control of that. They still have Mexican TV contracts. It's what the Mexican TV says. All it is them putting money into it to make a better production. Because if you ever been to any one of these shows like I have, bro, the fucking production sucks. Some of these guys are fucking doing this shit through their phone.
What's your thoughts on Del Rio being under contract? I do believe with AAA. Wow, where do we go with Alberto Del Rio? Mike, what do you think? I mean, my God.
There's two
What's
sides of every story.
Okay.
Do we know if Paige was a bitch and he had a slapper? Do we know that? Let's be real.
No, we don't.
We're
know that.
fucking men here. We don't know how Paige is behind the scenes. I could tell you.
We've seen some films.
All right, so I'm glad you mentioned the Rio because this is my whole thing with personal relationships in the wrestling business. Your personal relationship with anybody should be behind closed doors. It shouldn't be fucking advertised everywhere. Okay, what me and my wife got going on shouldn't be the business of everybody in the business. And my wife could tell you firsthand she fucking hates the business. Okay, so I don't know if Paige was a bitch. She could have been a fucking bitch. She could have fucking slapped them first. Sometimes, so I'm not saying I condone violence against women, but we don't know. We don't know what happened. We weren't there. So we're automatically assuming that he's fucking guilty and we're hanging him. And I don't like shit like that because here I go. I'm about to shoot. Pablo Marquez started me, okay? He started me here in Florida. We all know he wrestled in ECW. He was all over the world, okay? You remember the Me Too movement?
Of course.
Okay. These Florida fucks are the most fucking silliest fucking pieces of shits out here, okay? So you got this guy that created a promotion for 17 years. He busted his ass. He barely made no money off of it. A lot of his students made it to WWE. You know, a lot of them got signed. MVP being one of them. He busted his ass. Now you got a girl that he was dating, okay? He was dating her, okay? They were fucking for 5 years. That bitch even came to my show when they were together. She breaks her leg in NXT. She's upset. She doesn't want to fucking work out no more, okay? She breaks up with Pablo. A year later, she comes out with this fucking fictitious fucking story, how she was traumatized and Pablo was doing this and Pablo was doing that. And what happens? We go to court. We got to go to fucking court now. We go to court now, and now when we're sitting there as men trying to figure out what we're going to do, we don't want her to take the company from us. Because Florida, if she fucking wins the civil suit or whatever, she'll fucking take CCW through Pablo. We made the mistake as a group to trust one of our students who was fucking rich. I'm not gonna lie, this guy, Brazilian, his family owns what is it, a fucking the granite shit over there, the fucking not granite tiles, granite countertops.
Okay.
So we trusted him into putting everything in his name because he had money. He was helping us with the lawyer. Pablo came out not guilty, okay? Actually, the lawyer wanted to fucking lock that bitch up for all her fucking stories and stress that she put on him because none of her stories made sense. It was all false, right? On the way to the celebration, we're trying to convince this guy to give Pablo back his company. He's telling us he's moving CCW to Pompano Beach. All right, I tell Pablo, yo, leave it alone. If he's going to start paying the fucking rent for the school, what the fuck you care, bro? You ain't gonna pay the rent, man. It's fucking $1,600 a month. Leave that shit alone. Stupid did me, Vince, and fucking and Benny and fucking Giovanni to fucking juice this guy up to trusting him. Okay, we were all stupid. We fucking juice him up. It comes out that he's not guilty. He's waiting for his company. There's a little club we used to go hang out. You know what bottle girls are?
Can't say I do.
Neither do I.
All right, so in Florida, if you go down to Miami, there's clubs where like the girls wear like almost nothing. They're like, yeah, and you buy a bottle off of them. I think you buy them a drink, they give you a lap dance. They're not strippers, but they do certain, they do some small things for a change. basically.
Wait a minute. What's
small thing?
Elaborate. What is this small thing?
They fucking, you know, they fucking rub their butt on you. They fucking grab your dick. You know, they fucking flirt with you.
Whoop-de-doo.
So,
You know,
so they're not strippers, but they're called bottle girls.
We call them bottle girls. They're fucking bottle whores.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, for every bottle,
they're not opening the bottle though, Mike. Let's not get crazy.
So for every bottle they sell, they get a little percentage, basically.
Gotcha.
And they'll hoard themselves out because these bottles, let's say a bottle of fucking Hennessy is like $200.
What?
And yeah, it's Miami shit, bro. Everything doesn't fucking make sense.
So, Michael, I gotta ask, what do you get if you buy a $200 bottle of Hennessy?
You get a fucking lap dance and you get to see her ass because she's barely wearing anything. That's what you get.
That's not worth it, Jimmy. $200? That's crazy.
That's a horrendous investment.
Listen. These clubs that we used to go to, it was only because we knew the bouncer. We weren't paying to go in, bro.
There you go. Okay.
I mean, all right. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Benny.
I understand why you were there.
Yeah, like Benny, Vince, Cha-Cha, Giovanni. We're all Spanish. We like to fucking dance. We like to have fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. We leave these shows. We don't care. We want to go anywhere in Miami to go have fun for the rest of the night. Because to us, it was always like a mini vacation, you know?
Right.
And we noticed one of the girls one day, we go to school, and one of the girls is there, and she's the fucking ring announcer. So I lose my shit. I'm like, yo.
Wait. So one of the girls that you go to wrestling school with, and there's a ring announcer. You go there, you're partying, right? You're gonna buy some bottles of Hennessy.
He's supposed to be
a couple of bottles,
and
all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, that's one of the girls that's in the school. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No. We met this girl, and then we showed up to school one day, and we found out she's the new ring announcer.
Oh,
that's how that went down.
Okay.
Whoa, okay, I gotcha.
Now we're trying to figure out who put this bitch on, and why the fuck am I losing my spot? Okay.
Yeah. What's wrong with this?
So now Pablo doesn't like to sell anything. He doesn't like to be mad or nothing. He's always trying to keep a cool face. He tells me, "Don't worry, I'm gonna make you a manager." So I go to CCW Live, the first taping, and I'm sitting in the back, and I'm looking at this girl, and I'm like, "Yo, I know this fucking girl. Like, there's no way. This is like the 5th time I've seen her. How the fuck is she gonna be the ring announcer tonight?" So she fucked up twice. There was an argument, and in the middle of the argument, Super Crazy told me, "Go put on your suit, go run over there and do the main event before anybody notices." So I run over there, I do the main event, and came out really dope. And then they're arguing still over this fucking girl. She doesn't want me there. She says I'm taking her spotlight. She's getting frustrated, right? I leave this shit alone. Fucking Nilio has a fucking, there you go. Nilio has a fucking heart attack, and he tells me that I'm not the perfect fit as a ring announcer for CCW. So Vince decided to speak to him and tell him, well, he did take the Bill Alfonso course and he was ranked. Let's throw him as a manager. So now the girl we're talking about is Tiffany Nieves.
Wait, Mike, I need you to slow down because there's so much interesting stuff, and I don't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
What is the Bill Alfonso course? What is that? What is that, an accredited college or some shit?
Yo, listen, Fonzie, listen.
4 lines of cocaine and $100.
I didn't know better, okay? I didn't know better. Fonzie be running these things where it's like $50. Come learn to be a ring announcer. Come learn to be a manager. And he's trying to make his money. I went down there. Fucking Pablo told me to take this shit. And I took it. And it was also Bill Alfonso could give me a little certificate that says you're a certified manager. That's all it was.
Was it on a white piece of 8x11 paper?
it was fucking printed up, bro.
Was it a photocopy?
Bro, it was some cheap shit they got on fucking Amazon, bro.
Oh my God.
They just listen. There's a lot.
Did you come out of it at least being able to blow a whistle really good?
He gave me a whistle. That's what I was fucking mad about, bro.
I told you, Monty.
He gave me a fucking black whistle, bro.
Oh my God.
Listen, so
if you pass the course, you get a Bill Alfonso whistle.
Real quick.
What's going on here?
This is like being part of the KISS Army. Like you get a membership patch. What is going on here?
He did the same shit. He did the same shit to my guy Paulie.
Oh my
I was booked at a show and I was not paying attention. The guy's really cool. He's Italian. His son did a tryout for NWA. I fucking know him. He tells me, "Hey, come to the show." I come down and I see the Bill Alfonso seminar. And I see all these Mud Show guys there. And I'm like, holy shit, they got them too. Way to go, Fonzie. Yeah.
The Mud Show guys, the whole roster, the Mud Show guys.
He had like 7 guys there. You know they're never going to be nothing. They're out of shape. One guy had rain boots on. I mean,
you know, don't take this the wrong way, but good for Fonzie.
No, listen.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So some dude comes to wrestling school or a seminar in his rain boots?
Rain boots and a long trench coat looking like fucking Undertaker from Wish.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the backup lead guy for Jethro Tull with the raincoat. What the hell's going on over there?
Look, some seminars are cool, okay? Some seminars are cool. They do teach you some stuff. Like I went to the Damon Linko one.
God.
He spoke a lot about it's not how many years you got in the business, it's how many matches you have.
Right.
I did a show with Jimmy Hart. He watched my whole thing. The only thing he complained about was my attire. He says I need to be more flashy. You want them to remember you because if Vince will take your tag team and leave you. That's what he told me. That was the only advice he gave me. Like, if you're gonna do tag teams, try to come out flashy, try to make the crowd remember you because you know you're just the manager. They'll take your tag team and you'll stay where you at.
Yeah.
Bill Alfonso's a good teacher, but it depends. It depends which Bill Alfonso you get. That's what I always say. Yeah.
So Mike, I want for the fans because we're going to continue the story you were telling. I want to establish your credibility a little bit, right? So when you grew up in Brooklyn, when do you decide you want to get into wrestling? How do you get involved in wrestling, and how do you start meeting all these guys?
All right, so Long Island, Brooklyn, Queens, everybody don't get pissed off because I'm about to say who put me on, and it's very fucking rare. There was the MCW show in Coney Island. TNA was there. I accidentally sat behind Joe Gertner and Paul Wein, and one of the New York Guardian Angels. During the event, you know, I'm very charismatic. I like to yell. I like to scream. I like to do commentary. Joe Gertner gave me his telephone number and told me to call Paul and put me onto podcasting. I didn't want to do it in the beginning because I was still into the street life. The Guardian Angel, who's the president of the Coney Island chapter, told me you only have one life to live, and by the looks of things, you may not have 5 years left, you know, if you don't get out the streets. He offered to pay my ticket to a Comic-Con in Philadelphia. I went there with Curtis and them, and they put me on to Rob Fury. And I started doing like I just did one show for Rob, and I fell in love with it after that. Like, I fell in love with the energy. Rob didn't have a lot of people that night, but it was pretty cool to be part of Doink the Clown Memorial Show. So after that, I got drunk with Marty Jannetty that night too.
Oh, God, and you live to tell about it. Go on.
Bro, he got me for $50 right away. I was such a mark, bro. I kept buying him beer. He got me quick. After that, you know, I dipped and dabbed in the podcast world, and I just started getting more ring announcing bookings through Paul. And then I moved to Florida because I beat an indictment, and I realized the streets, you know, you got to chill out. So I got indicted for something that I wasn't even there for, and it cost me a pretty penny to make sure I don't fucking do time. And right after that, when I came to Florida, I was still interested in wrestling, but I didn't know how to go around it. And I met Jimmy Hart at a fucking hardware store. He was behind the counter, and every year Jimmy Hart does like this big fireworks thing here in Ocala, and we started talking, and he just said, "Hey man, you should go for it. Like, you know, you have the voice, go for it." And I tried. I didn't like it up until I was in. Really, when I met Vince Steele and Cha-Cha, that's when I really got into the character, into everything, because I started getting more exposure and I started doing shows that really fucking matter. Like, I really couldn't do these 20 people a show thing. It was depressing.
Speaking of Vince Steele, just tough question, but what was your feeling when he passed away?
So it goes down to the story that I'm trying to tell you. Vince to me, the last 2 years, and I want people to understand something. Vince used to stay in my house whenever he was booked in CCW, and this whole thing that happened with all of us was over a bitch that was unbetter. And when we always felt like Nelio was the side piece, and we were very mad when we all got kicked out, because we got kicked out without notice. Me and Benny found out we weren't in CCW when we fucking drove over there for a show. And he just said he didn't want us no more. Vince tried to play the peacekeeper. He kept talking to Nelio. Nelio got rid of him too. And I just seen a big depression in him. You know, I just seen him started getting bigger. Me and his brother opened up Shadow to keep him busy, to bring him out here in Florida and keep him busy. I still got the original Shadow shirt and all that. We try to keep him busy, because what people don't understand was, yeah, he was a big thing here in New York, but he was bigger in Miami. Like, he was bigger in Miami. When Vince used to leave to go to Miami, that used to be like the happiest thing for him. Like, he will call you, yo, I'm gonna be there Thursday. You better fucking be there. You know, and we will take 2 days off and go on a Thursday just so we can hang out Friday, do the show Saturday, rest up on Sunday, and drive him back. And that used to be our thing every month. And you could see he was losing weight. You could see he was happy. And then Nelio just threw him out, basically. Like, they had one match where Nelio wanted to go over, and, Vince is a big dude. He's not going to do fucking 15 minutes. He's telling Nelio, you got to pace yourself. And all Nelio wanted to do was to go over. He just wanted to look bigger. You ask Gary Wolf how Nelio is. Fucking Gary will tell you Nelio told Gary, you got to go under to him. He doesn't respect no one's craft because he never had to work. He was born rich. So he's not going to respect anyone that works hard. So when he got rid of us, Vince was like the olive branch. He was trying to work things out. I mean, really trying to work things out. One of the excuses Nelio gave was that Benny owed him $1,100. Vince, out of his own dime, flew here to Miami at Bash at the Brew and gave Nelio $1,100. They wrestled at Bash at the Brew. Vince didn't go over. The same morning, he calls me and tells me, this motherfucker just cashed at me $1,100 fucking dollars. I'm like, you're lying, Vince. He said, yeah, he used me. He just wanted my clout, bro. He just fucking used me. He doesn't want us back. But let's ignore that. Let's build Shadow. Let's do something different. So my whole theory with Vince was, as much as you could do to the guy, bro, you could do so much things to him. His reaction always was, just forget about it. Let's just move on. Fuck them. That was his always thing. So when he passed away, I felt more like he wanted to die in that ring. Like he was gonna go out on his own terms. Because the way Benny explained it to me was like he kind of felt it in his heart that he was already gonna go. So from the story that I heard was the move when he threw Benny Blanco out the ring and he just sat down on the corner and he just, that was it for him. It was like one of those, I love you, motherfucker. I don't want you to see this, get out. So I always felt like Vince's story with CCW was tragic because this guy Nelio, even after he died, tried to profit off it. The first thing he did was pay Coca-Holics to say, CCW announced today that Vince still died. Like, why are you trying to make money off of him when you didn't want him there? You fucking fucked us all over. Cha-Cha, Vince, and Rafisi were going to go on AEW Dark, and you ain't fucking let them. You went and fucking paid QT Marshall not to put them there, and you put the bottle bitch there, who we never fucking seen wrestle. Her first match was in AEW fucking Dark. Never seen this bitch wrestle, and she's in AEW Dark.
All right, so for people that don't know, who is the bottle bitch?
That's fucking Tiffany Nieves. Okay, that's the bottle bitch. All right, she only got 3 years in the game. Right after she went to AEW Dark, mind you, she has no money. Mind you, she has anything. She automatically gets sent to OVW. How much fucking money you need in OVW? You need some bread. Al Snow don't work for cheap. And now she's signed. And everybody knows that's one of the reasons why I can't get signed. That's one of the biggest reasons. I went down to Tampa for the NWA taping. My boy, who I grew up with, who made his NWA debut, I went to support him. You think this bitch, when she wins a fucking national title, instead of celebrating like a champ, she wants to fucking take the belt, run over to where I'm at, call me an infeliz, and tell me that's why you fucking paying a ticket to see me. But they blocked that part. You know, that day I realized, like, yo, bro, my shit here is limited with some of these fucking companies because this bitch is always going to be around burying us. She didn't work for it. That was Nilio's fucking alleged side chick. And it fucking kills me because she doesn't know what she did to us. It was all fun and games. Like, you ruined Pablo's fucking career, okay? He came up with these wild stories. Pablo lost his fucking, his school. Vince lost every opportunity at SCCW. You got Benny fucking kicked out. Cha-Cha's living the fucking Triple H life over there. You know what I mean? Like, he's just fucking eating shit over there. They're not trying to get him signed. They're not trying to do nothing with him. And all of us here are fucking stuck in a limbo. I just tried to go to GCW, and they're already telling me that she's over there fucking sucking dick over there, trying to make sure that I don't go there for the Coney Island show. So it's like, fuck, bro. What more do I got to do?
Yeah, but Mike, she is kind of fucking hot, dude.
Yeah, but she look like every other bitch in the Bronx, bro. Let's be real. This is what gets me mad. Listen. This is what gets me mad.
I mean, wait. Hold on a second. She's pretty fucking smoking, dude. I'm sorry. I'm like,
yeah, but
I'd kind of pay to see her.
Listen, that's why I be tight at QT. Listen, QT Marshall, bro. I tell him in his fucking face, bro. For $200, he act like he never seen fucking pussy, bro. I swear to fucking God, bro.
Yeah.
He fucking acts like he never seen pussy and puts all these fucking bitches to debut right away. Doesn't ask them if they fucking wrestle, where they came from, who was their coach. He just fucking googly eye and right away he fucking puts them to wrestle.
Yeah, Mike, I wouldn't pay to see her. I'm sorry if that at least levels the playing field here. I wouldn't. But I'll tell you what she does show. By you telling me that she gets this title and gets this free ride, basically, the first thing she's going to do is turn around and talk shit to you instead of like putting over the accomplishment in the ring.
It's on video. They fucking block her yelling at me.
Yeah, what is that? That does not bode well for her because if that's the kind of attitude that she's got, she's going to get eaten up and spitting out in this business, man.
You know who's Bubba Harris?
Go on.
So I didn't want to go to the back room. I felt like this was Bubba's fault, and I know he's watching right now. Okay. Bubba Harris used to be security for WCW. Everybody fucking knows him.
Correct.
When I went to the show, I was with the crowd, so I could come in. He sees me. He goes, "Let's go to the back." Yo, Bubba, I don't want to go to the back. I know who's back there. He's like, "Let's go to the back." I go to the back. I'm cool. I see Tom Lattimore. He shows me love. I see James Mitchell, Alex Misery. All of them, they show me love.
Mitchell. Okay.
The moment she takes a look at me, it was like he could feel the heat. He could feel it. He could feel it. So I told him, yo, I want to leave. And he told me, no, chill. So I waited. I waited for Paul Neglio to come because that's one of the promoters, NCW. His son was the one wrestling, and I told him, yo, Paul, I want to leave, bro. Like, this bitch is here. She's giving me 30 looks. I don't want the national booker to see this because I'm done. He goes, there's at least 15 people back there that don't fucking like you anywhere. Don't worry about it. You'll be good. So
great.
I go to I'm cool with La Rosa Negra because I used to, you know, they were Magic City. So, you know, I go towards her and we start hanging out. We're talking. And then Tiffany's walking towards her. I fucking booked her to the bathroom because I was trying to avoid it. When the show starts and she does her shit, the fans all, these guys don't fucking sell tickets. The majority of the crowd there were people that came from me and Nick. And they all just like, fuck you, bitch. You stupid bitch. Like all on her. And I just noticed right there, like, dude, you'll never get fucking signed. Billy just seen that shit, dude. You're fucking done. You're done, bro. Just call it quits, bro. Just let's try TNA. Like, that's it. But pussy's power, bro. That's what it is in this industry. Pussy's power.
So Mike is paying for it, huh, Monty?
I don't know where Monty went.
I'm right here, man. I'm sorry. I'm just.
You know what he's doing? He's looking up pictures of her.
That's what he's doing.
That's what I'm doing.
I knew it.
God damn, she's smoking, bro.
Listen.
Wait a second. Is this wrestling or Pornhub?
Listen, if you want some exclusive pictures, trust me, that locker room got plenty of them they can send you.
Oh my God.
Listen, CCW, the Mo CCW has sent Monty them exclusive pictures y'all got of her. The one she used to pass around the locker room supporting her OnlyFans page. Send him those pictures, please.
Definitely send it to Monty. You're not going to AI those pictures, are you, Mike?
Yeah.
Mike, I got to be honest. Oops, I should put on my microphone. Mike, I got to be honest with you. I got to book this chick, man.
I give up.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
Wait, Mike,
hold
hold on. I got to cut you off. Is she mad at you because maybe you had a little rendezvous with her and you kind of dumped her? What's going on there?
No, so I'm not gonna front like I don't hold weight out here. It's just with me and her, there was never nothing out here. But she tried to hustle me when she met me, and I put her in her place, and that's
wait a minute. Okay, hold on.
Hustle.
We're two old guys. You're a young guy.
All right,
right?
so
like you're dropping language. Okay, I know what hustle means, but you got to tell me, how did she try to hustle? Look at
so
you.
she basically was having problems with Nilio, and she calls me up and she tells me at the time I was running OCW, and she basically wanted a job at OCW as a wrestler and a promoter, and she basically put it out there, like, you know, I could spend the night, I could do this. I'm like, you spending the night?
You said no?
No, it's not that I said no, bro. I got a fiance, bro. Like, my fiance wasn't with it, bro. Like, you feel me? Like listen, my chicks ain't thin like her. I like big booty girls. You feel me? Like, Tiffany,
hold on. I gotta present this to Jimmy. Now, Jimmy, you have the power to get into an organization. She comes up, she's like, "What, Jimmy? I'm coming over. Let's hook up, and you know, you can put me in the organization." And you're gonna say no, Jimmy? You're like Mike. You're gonna say no?
I got a nice wife and a nice pool and nice dogs and nice cats. What?
Mike, I got to be honest with you. If I was in an organization, I had that kind of power. I'd be like, yeah, come on over. You're signed. And here's the belt, by the way. You're the champion. You're the world champion.
Oh my God.
You know what pisses me off was that if she went to wrestling school. Right. If she went to wrestling school and actually stood and learned something, you would know that you don't have to like somebody to work with them. Right. You could do business with people you don't get along with.
So then why did the NWA put a strap on her then if she can't wrestle?
So a lot of them don't really know the situation, and a lot of them are men up there and they're just gonna look the other way. They can't really find good women like to wrestle, period. Some of these women don't fucking do. I just said QT Marshall puts anybody for fucking $200, bro.
Now you're talking about Corrigan, though, right? So
I don't know why. I don't know how she got there. I'm still trying to figure out how she got there because she got there after my plug got there. So like after the guy I know that runs it, she was already there, and he can't figure out why she's there. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. She got in through the back door before anyone could tell her story. I know EC3 told the locker room everything, but nothing ever happened with it. And then you got to see the NWA don't have a lot of girls.
What about EC3? What did EC3 say?
Well, he was around for all that, and he put it out there like, yo, she's no good. She's fucking poison. And she's still there. Like, you know, you got to see like some of these guys. It's like, you know, the NWA is not what you think. The NWA still has its territories. And I don't know if she does all of them. She probably does 2. She's probably only needed in 2 territories. Like, I know my buddy Alex does all of them. He does all the fucking shows. Mm-hmm. And I know Brian does all the shows and fucking some of these guys do all the shows. I know her.
You know who Brian is, right? That's Earl Cooter.
Okay. Earl Cooter.
So Earl Cooter runs shows in Florida for NWA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, he's the national booker.
All right. What do you think about how Corgan's done with the NWA? Because quite honestly, when I think of Smashing Pumpkins and I think about his monetary success and I think about how much money he probably has, do you think that he's done well with NWA? Because quite honestly, with the tradition of that belt and the history of that belt, I feel like Billy Corgan has not done enough with the NWA.
So I'm gonna disagree with you for one reason. He's actually learned a lot with working with Brian Idol. He actually learned a lot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? His booking has been getting way better. He's not like he was when he was booking for TNA. He's not having fantasy matches like Tony Khan. He's trying to make everything make sense. Okay. Now, I don't know if Brian does all the matches. I know he tries to get people like, you know, the big names like to fill up seats. Brian's more concentrating on filling up the fucking arena. Okay. I do like right after, I think it was like last year, they did a big turnaround, and I have been watching their product more because they've been going like to New York. They just did the show in Philadelphia. They did one in Queens. They actually starting to use different talent. If you start watching NWA Power now, you see they have a lot of people that you don't know. But if you look them up, these guys have been in the indies for a while, and they sell tickets in their areas, but they have no platform. You know, and I like it because he's bringing tradition back. I know some people that he's negotiated with, like other promoters that have little promotions out there, and he's not trying to shut everybody down.
Mike, I totally agree with you. I think he signed some really good people onto the roster, especially.
And he's willing. The thing is,
Oh my God, Mike. Oh. You are unbelievable, Monty. I just wish that Corgan would shoot for higher platforms. I don't disagree with what he's trying to put. Mike, you are terrible, Monty. How am I supposed to be serious when you're doing shit like that? Really,
Sorry.
bro? And this is just unbelievable. I mean, look at Mike. He's like finger rolling over here. He's like, oh God, what have I gotten myself into here?
He's like, this was a mistake.
No,
Hello.
hello.
What's with the Wonder Woman thing she's got on there? What's that?
She's supposedly La Princesa of the Bronx. I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know who wants to be the princess of the Bronx. I know bitches that don't even want to fucking claim the Bronx. And she's fucking super excited to be a third eye whore from Hunts Point. I don't fucking get it, bro.
You know, that's an angle, though. We can work with that.
I don't fucking get it, bro.
That's a hell of a wrestling name, Third Eyed Whore.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah. Are you sure you should have used the term backdoor in one of your earlier comments?
You know what's funny? I don't want to say her name, but one of these female wrestlers been around for years. She's an OVW. She goes, "How the fuck did that bitch get signed before me?" And I was about to say it, and one of the bros was like, "Cause you've been sucking the wrong dick for years." And she just walked out, and she was like, "Yo, I hate you guys."
No, for years, not even months.
So, Mike, bouncing off that, what do you think about Janelle Grant and Vince McMahon? Considering all this shit that goes on with these chicks, you just are confirming to me the chicks are running around basically, hey, for $200 and
I'll open
it for you.
So,
I mean, what are we doing here?
Look, I don't want people to watch the show to think that I'm fucking hating on the women that wrestles, because I know I have a lot of friends that fucking earn their keep.
Of course,
you know, like earn their keep.
Of course.
Like, I'll give you an example. You know, the Miami Sweat Hogs from WoW. Mm-hmm. The twins?
Yeah. What do you mean Miami Sweat Hogs?
Well, I mean the Miami
Sorry. That's our favorite team.
The Miami, you talking about Lori, the Go Hard? I know them as the Go Hard twins. They go, there's some new name. Fucking Nigel was on your show with them, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Bro, I used to train with them. All right. They used to, I mean, you want to talk about getting kicked in the face by accident? Those girls beat the shit out of us until they learn how to fucking slow down. Okay, and when you train with girls, you know, you wanna watch how you touch them, you know, but sometimes, bro, like Lori will fucking knock the wind out of you, and she had to get trained by Ricky and everybody like how to really wrestle. So girls like that actually learn the craft and go in there and work out, I fucking super respect. But the ones that come in and hit me up because they want to be on fucking like, bro, when I was a booker, I had like. Before I got with my wife now, we've been together 3 years, okay? She used to see people hit me up, and the first thing they do is give me their OnlyFans. Like, okay, does your OnlyFans got you wrestling? No, I just thought you was interested. I'm like, yo, I don't get it. Like, I'm booking for your talent. This ain't a sex club, bro. If I need you at the sex club or at the strip club, I got you. But that's the norm here with some of these females. And that's the norm with some of these guys too. They pimp their fucking girls out like motherfuckers, bro.
Monty, you're in the wrong line of work, brother. We got
Monty.
I missed the boat, bro.
I can just see Mike now with the
Listen, get a hot whore, Monty. Get a hot whore. Go down to fucking Queens. They got a whole bunch of them on Roosevelt. Grab one of them fucking Colombians. Teach them how to wrestle for a little bit.
Teach them how to wrestle.
Give QT Marshall $200 fucking bucks so she can look at the ass, and you'll be on fucking AEW Dark tomorrow, bro.
Poor QT Marshall, man.
Wow.
The reason why I keep mentioning them is because, bro, you know our struggle, and for $200 fucking dollars, bro, you're gonna shit on us. We expected Fonzie to do that, bro. Yeah. Listen, the joke with us, I'm gonna tell you the joke with us and Fonzie, right? So Fonzie promised us, right, when Nilio didn't let us back, Fonzie was like, guys, don't worry, I'm gonna go on Rob Van Dam, I'm gonna expose him. I said, no, you're not. You get $500 a show, you're not going nowhere. Now, 3 years later, he's getting $250 a show, $200 a show. Now he wants to expose them. No, motherfucker, you too late. You ain't exposing shit. Get your ass over there, bro.
So, Mike, I got to ask you then, how long have you known Fonzie for?
Since I started with CCW.
How long? How many years do you think?
Like four or 5 years. And if he tells you he's making money, he's not. That's why I'm fucking pissed.
The reason is there's a guy, he's a fan of the show. He writes me off. His name is John Riccardi. And he's supposedly friends with Bill Alfonso. And I thought, if you knew Bill long enough, did you know who this guy was?
Bill lives in Spring Hill near the promoter I'm working with now. Okay. Bill lives no more than half a mile away from him. So we used to book Bill for Bill is not what people think. He's struggling. Okay. This whole he's supposed to be making $500 to $600 per show to put Nelio over. All that stopped when Nelio got Nelio was always afraid of Vince. So when because Vince was a bigger dude. So once he got the big man out and he got his Goonies out, then he could start fucking with Bill and start giving him $200 a show, $150. But then sometimes I believe Bill fucking deserves it because when you try to get him on shows where he can make money, he acts like a fucking crackhead. Like he fucking thinks he has to get like. I put him on the show, NCW, Music and Mayhem. I told him, yo, you're going to make $1,500 tonight. The promoter's going to give you $1,000. Bring all your shit. Bro, if you fucking listen to me, you will make your money. Before intermission, he's already telling the promoter, I need my fucking money. Like, yo, bro, listen, just wait till the show, bro. Stop acting like that. But I get it. A lot of these Florida guys will book him, and they'll fucking leave, and he gets no money. Right. I mean, he's... Bro, Bill, Gary, and I would have to say Bill, Gary, and Bubba are like the ones out here, bro, that can't get their rate. They got to go out of state. They got to go out of state to see any fucking money, bro. And it's sad because they live here. They should be making that money. They do have a fan base. Yeah. But when you got a boss that don't respect you, when you got a boss that thinks that money rules the world and he don't need to work hard, you're going to get paid whatever he tells you. And I feel bad because I try to help Bill so many times.
Isn't Bill old enough that he collects Social Security at this point, though, right?
Listen, he tells us he owns the house. He tells us fucking 20 different stories at 100 miles per hour. Sometimes I don't even know he's fucking telling the truth. I've been to his house. The only person I listen to is his niece. That's the only one I listen to. His niece.
Okay.
Because she's the only one that would sit there and look at you and be like, listen, I run the social media. That motherfucker doesn't even know how to use his phone. And it's true, because my last conversation with Bill was right before I think it was in January. Yo, start doing fucking podcasts with Rob Van Dam so you can get some fucking residuals. You're not making nothing with Nilio. Jump on the podcast world. Oh, I don't know how to do that. We'll go down. Listen, how about I be your co-host? Rob Van Dam got that corny white boy fucking up his show. Doesn't shut the fuck up while he's fucking talking. I could go in there with you.
I agree with you. That guy that does the show,
the fucking guy's horrible.
He's like a crackhead, and he sucks. He's really. He also does DiBiase's too, right? He does DiBiase's, Van Dam. How's this guy getting those guys? How's he convincing those guys?
He opened bottles at a strip club.
How much is he paying these guys to do shows?
It's like 500. Listen, that's why I want to build. Listen, I've been telling Gary and Bill to get into this shit. You want to fucking fuck with marks, fuck with out-of-state marks. Fuck with these podcasters that will pay you $600, $700 to be on their show and they got no fans. Just fucking do it, bro. It's easy money for you. It's easy money. I've been telling Gary for the longest to fucking do it. I've been telling Gary also, hey, don't hang out with this one, don't hang out with that, because we got the chasing ranch shit going on out here where they get certain people to book certain superstars so they could go on the flyer, and then that's how Booker T got caught up in this shit. I tell these guys, yo, try to do the toy cons, try to do these little local events. Like Saturday we got like a toy con. It's nothing big, as out of VFW.
What happened with Booker T?
So Booker T came down here to Florida not knowing that he was going to Chase and Rand school. And that's because he went through a booker named Dalton. I know Dalton. Dalton did the same thing to Gary. Dalton paid Gary $1,000 to go to a show. When the flyer came out, I fucking called Gary on his house phone. Like, you motherfucker, look at the flyer that you on. Gary looks it up. He goes, oh, but other people was on this show. All right, Gary, I want you to Google fucking Chase and Rants. Gary Googles Chase and Rants, and he's calling me like, that guy's a fucking sexual predator. What the fuck? I said, yeah, you idiot. Fucking know your bookings before you take it. And he didn't go. Luckily, I stopped it before he went. But, if you go down to Team Dojo, they fucking do custom video. You watching Terry Hart shit?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker. I'm talking about that motherfucker. And I believe a lot of these people help him stay open. Okay, I did an investigation. I do my little podcast. I'll be burning these motherfuckers. Bro, there's Congress people. There is fucking businesses that support this guy. And he's already been caught fucking 15-year-olds, custom videos. I don't even want to talk about fucking custom fart videos. They got bitches farting on people over there for fucking $50. That's some other shit.
Mike, wait, Monty, this does not appeal to you, right? But think about this before you went.
Fart videos do not appeal.
All right.
I don't even understand it.
Still have a show. Okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what kind of planet are we living on right now?
Yo, they be paying some of these wrestlers to stink face them for real. Custom videos.
Very good.
They do that in Team Dojo.
Is Rikishi aware of this? Rikishi can make a fortune with that ass.
Jimmy, more importantly, we got to figure out a way to get it, the Bill Alfonso officials.
What are you talking about? I got to create a fart channel, bro. I got
He just had the Bill Alfonso hardcore fucking tournament not too long ago.
Well, by our own Benny Scaller, who has a couple of shows on the channel, he actually has the Jimmy Valiant Wrestling School certificate because he passed the Jimmy Valiant school.
You know what you get at Johnny Rods?
He's only 70 years old, but anyway,
you know what you get with Johnny Rods? You get a lifetime membership.
He is not yet. Slow down. Jesus God, Monty. Oh my God.
What the Johnny Rod's lifetime, dude? We got so many certificates to get caught up on Jimmy.
Dude,
really.
I don't even have my birth certificate. I have to look over.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a cool thing about Pablo, right? I did a cannonball and I messed up, right? I fucking botched this shit. It looked horrible. But it was funny enough for me as a manager where the crowd was just laughing at it. So he tells me, look, it's getting too far for you to come to CCW. I'm going to send you to Frank Reyes school. Do not listen to anything he says. You're just going there to train. I said, what the fuck?
Shit.
He said, you do not take no advice from him. Just wrestling holds and that's it, bro. Don't fucking do whatever he says, bro.
Well, I want you both to know I'm officially opening up the Tiffany Nia's School of Pro Wrestling, where she'll be training you every week. She'll be there, and for the low price of $4,000 a month, you can become a wrestler.
Yeah, and if you add an extra $50, she'll fart on you.
Oh shit!
Ew.
There you go.
Shit, I got messages from her in the past telling me I'm gonna fucking die. I got fucking you'll never be anything in this business, all sorts of shit. And I'm like, damn, bro. I ain't even
you know what, man? We gotta have a show where you guys make up. I gotta get in touch with her.
Where they make up?
Where they make up, wow.
They'll be like,
you know what? The day she stays out the fucking locker room and let me do my thing, then we can make up. I'm all business, bro. I don't need to speak to you. We don't need to be friends. You can stay your ass that side. I stay my ass that side. Trust me, I've been on shows where I've knocked out certain wrestlers who are signed and still hold my fucking composure. Okay, Loki would tell you. Loki's one of those that would tell you I fucking knock someone out and told him, we're still going to do the show. You shut the fuck up. Like, I don't play none of that. Or that bullying in the back. Or that, I was in WWE. I don't do none of that. No. There's a reason why Francisco Guzman and my godfather fucking trained me well. Train me well in Gleason, so I will not be a bitch.
Mike, to be honest with you, anybody fucks with you just got to pull out that Bill Alfonso certificate of wrestling. People are going to back right the fuck off.
Yo, you get the whistle, bro. Listen, you really get the whistle, bro. I'm telling you.
Do you see the certificate? Step off.
You don't just get any whistle, you get a black whistle.
I tell you, I did get a black whistle, bro.
I think that's cool. I want one. That's awesome.
Listen, the guy that runs NCW, right? He's Italian, right? He has that real thick fucking Italian accent. He's fucking pissed in the back. He goes, fucking Fonzie over there with the guy with the rain boots fucking look like fucking Joey, man. What the fuck is going on? How much money are you making over here? This shit looks stupid. I mean, I had a fucking pull up.
Stupid.
Hey, here's my conversation with Dave LaGreca. What do you mean you don't want us on Sirius Radio? We're just talking about farts, Bill Alfonso's fake certificates, and some chick from NWA Wrestling being a bottle girl. What is the problem? Why can't
I have no idea.
No problem.
I have no idea. There's sometimes I think I don't get signed either because I hit up GCW. You know, they got that big show in Coney Island.
Uh-huh.
I think, motherfuckers, I could sell. I'm from Coney Island. Like, put me on. Nah, you too close to Curtis. What the fuck Curtis got to do with this, bro? I don't vote in New York, kid. I don't care who's going for mayor. Put me on the fucking show. But
why do you carry on? What makes you want to continue?
That's a good question.
Because honestly, with the shitstorm of information we have received over this last hour talking with you, and thank you for coming on, what makes you want to continue? Because honestly, some of the shit you said tonight, I could see that psychologically damaging as it damaged your friend. I could see it really damaging somebody. So why do you continue?
Because when I wanted to quit, Benny and Vince wouldn't let me. So now first off, my name was Big Mike. The whole Michael L. Reyy thing came from Vince, wanting to change my persona. So I wanted to quit a long time ago. I gave up on myself when Vinny Gambini left Magic City. I felt like that was it. I'm not gonna do nothing else. That was the farthest I was gonna go was Telemundo. That's it. Just a couple spots, as long as my grandparents can see it in Puerto Rico at least one time, I'll be happy. Now I feel like the same way Benny does, the same way Benny Blanco does. I feel like we owe it to him at least to keep trying, because that was his sport. He loved it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to. I love the big man. I spent a lot of good time with him, but people don't know, in this living room that we're in right now, he used to talk to me like he was my brother. Like, he used to give me real life advice. And he used to put me in my place. He used to tell me things about myself that sometimes when you fucked up, you need to hear it. Like, I know I'm a fucking asshole.
But that's not his real name, Benny Blanco, right? That's from Corleone's way, right?
Yeah. Look, his real name, listen, his real name was Chris Swoosh. And Vince was like, "What the fuck is a swoosh? I'm gonna call you." And he had the little thing like this. Yeah. And Vince was like, "I'm gonna call you fucking Benny Blanco. That's your new name."
I love it.
And we kept it. And the kid, when he first started, he couldn't embrace his craft. He struggled a lot in Florida. And when he went back to New York, Vince gave him the breakdancing gimmick, because he was known for breakdancing. He was in Usher videos and all sorts of craziness. And they just embraced the breakdancing part, and they made him. With Vince, he wanted me to embrace my previous life with Tone and them. He wanted me to embrace that. You was a king, you're gonna be the king. You're gonna be Michael L. Reyy. You're bigger than life. Just like I'm the best big man in the business, you're the best fucking unsigned manager in this business. You're gonna be better than all of them. You're gonna actually learn. So he's the one that put me on to Gary Hart. I never knew who Gary Hart was. I never. A lot of the stuff I mimic is old Gary Hart or Austin Idol stuff. I mimic a lot of them. I mimic fucking Star from Star and Buckwild on Hot 97. That used to be an old radio show.
I actually think your gimmick should be like an annoying Jewish guy from Miami. That would be awesome.
So we do have a gimmick that I've been doing for years where they speak Spanish to me, and then I tell the crowd what they say, but it's never what they fucking actually tell me. And then when I speak Spanish to them, I don't speak real Spanish. I'm like, yo, taco burrito, ya tu sabes. Like, I added it so much.
That's funny.
I mean, it worked. I mean, in Puerto Rico, somebody fucking threw a bottle at me in the middle of me yelling at them. So we just,
Michael, I want to get on a serious note before we get off air. Again, thanks to what Jimmy said. Thanks for joining us. You're gold. Hilarious. But you were speaking early before we got on air. What's going down in Miami with the whole ICE thing?
So it's not Miami. I live in Ocala.
Okay.
It was 1,100 people got arrested within this week. They're going into all the construction sites. I live by the villages. I went there to go do a paint job. We got fucking stopped. I got stopped. My boy got stopped. The only reason why they let us go is because my boy is a Marine and we made a lot of noise. He took off his shirt. He has a tattoo on his chest. He said, I don't need to show you my fucking ID. This is my fucking ID. Right now, in my area, this whole DeSantis thing, I don't know why they're looking for all the Mexicans because it makes no sense. Like, these guys are the only guys that can do construction in the sun. I've tried it, bro. It's hard, bro. 100 degrees. Try framing and being on the roof at 100 degrees. You know,
you ain't going to get some two white guys to do it, that's for sure.
And the white guys we got out here are not white guys from up north. I want people to understand, white people in fucking Florida are like fucking crackheads. They're meth heads. They're not fucking. Listen, I'll take a New York crackhead any day of the fucking week before I fucking lay my eyes on a meth head down here, bro. At least a New York crackhead works.
Mike, I'm glad you said what you said about up north because the first thing I thought about when it comes to historically construction in this country, the Irish and the Italian immigrants back 100 years ago built fucking Manhattan. So I appreciate that you did say up north because I thought to myself immediately, I'm like, wait a minute, you know, those guys on top of the Empire State Building eating their fucking lunch with a fucking, that did happen. You know, I'm like, hold on a second. So I do appreciate your, you know, pinpointing that up in the north. Yeah.
So,
and a north crackhead is definitely different than a southern one. I can tell you that too.
Big difference.
Yeah. I
Big
can tell
difference.
You that too. Boy.
Listen, it's getting to the point.
Way, though. Not good either way, though. Let's not get carried away.
It's getting to the point where it's kind of hard to be Spanish right now in this area. It is.
No, I mean, that's a serious thing, Mike.
Yeah,
you've been joking the whole time, but serious.
Yeah, I want to be serious. I know, like these Cubans and all these other people, they say, "Oh, it doesn't happen." No, it's actually happening. Okay, I'm Puerto Rican. I was born in Kings County Hospital. There's no fucking reason why anybody should be asking me anything. Okay, I'm from Brooklyn. Captain America's from Brooklyn. I'm more American than anybody else.
There you go.
But right now, it's like, you're Spanish, but you're not Spanish. You're fucking Mexican. You can tell them whatever you want. They want to see it. So as a precaution, for the first time in my life, I fucking got a copy of my fucking birth certificate on me.
Yeah.
Because they don't. So the way they approached us, they didn't approach us like gentlemen. They fucking told us to get out the car, shut the fuck up, and then it's not like NYPD. I'll curse out NYPD all day long, bro. I'll fucking tell them everything I want because I know what they're limited to do. The sheriff's department out here, they'll beat the shit out of you and lock you up and say you resisted. So once I got a taste of that, it's like, I'm kind of like, you know, fuck it, bro. I may fucking move back to New York, bro. Like, fuck it.
Can I ask you, it's not an easy question, so forgive me, but can I ask you, do you get angry at the process? Because, look, I'm just going to say it from my point of view. And it really should be anybody's point of view on a common sense level. If somebody jumps your fence on your property and kicks in your door and says, hey, I'm here, what is the most likely end result? So is it the process? What can we do to fix the process without dividing ourselves so much as a country that everybody's at each other's throats? How do we fix it?
My thing is this. The reason why they're doing all this right now, taking out all these Mexicans in this area, is because they do undermine the construction business. They do take food away from some people. All right. I had a landscaping business and I'm charging $70 a lawn. Here comes fucking Fulio. He wants to charge $40 a lawn. So I do understand that aspect of we want our work, we want to get paid our worth, because it's true. There's a lot of work for all of us out here, but they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. Same thing in wrestling. In Florida, there's a fucking 100 promotions out here. Nobody wants to pay. There's only 4 people that pay out here. You know what I mean? So I feel like just come in through the proper way for now. I mean, I know you got to go through. Look, you already fucking jumped on the fucking death train and traveled from Guatemala all the way to Tijuana.
Yeah.
What's a couple of more hours of some proper paperwork?
Right.
Because from my end, from what I'm seeing now, is like before I used to be fuck that, bring all the Latinos, but there's no more work for us.
Right.
We're cutting each other's throat. It's not like the Mexicans are taking the jobs and got the Puerto Ricans driving them to work because they're American. No, they're saying fuck you too. So it's one of them things where like we need to meet in the middle of, all right, we do need them because y'all ain't picking strawberries. Y'all ain't doing none of that shit. Trust me. Y'all not picking strawberries. Y'all not working on the farms. Y'all not doing construction. All right, send them here on a deal, but let us get some residuals back. Or cut us a break on something. You know, maybe make them the framers and the roofers, but give us the paint jobs. Give us something, bro. Stop giving everything to them.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we got to pay taxes. They're not paying taxes. We got to pay that shit. That's where it fucks me up here in Florida, that now they're not doing it the right way. They're just going after anybody. You speak Spanish, you're done. They want to see credentials. And I lived through stop and frisk. I didn't like it. That was the reason why I left. But now I got to go through that shit over here. Fuck that. Yeah. For that, I go move back to New York. Fuck that.
All right, guys. I want to thank you. Mike, where can people find you? Social media?
Check me out on Facebook, Michael L. Reyy. That's with 2 Y's. That's Reyy. You can find me on also YouTube, Ring Fever with L. Reyy. I have a little small podcast there. Hopefully they stop fucking flagging me. And just follow me on Instagram too, Michael L. Reyy fans. And you know, I thank y'all for being me, and fucking hit up GCW and tell them why the fuck their bitch asses don't got me on that Coney Island show.
We're all over it, Mike. Thanks again for joining us. And you know, like I said, I'm gonna hook up Tiffany with you, and we're gonna straighten this all out. Right?
Oh, shout out to Jeff Weaver, July 5th, Championship Wrestling of Florida. The real Championship Wrestling of Florida is coming back. Okay, not that idiot that fucking got an LLC and says he's CWF. Okay, the real CWF is coming back. Deep South Productions is coming back, and I just signed that deal today. I will be the fucking voice of CWF from now on.
Send our best wishes to Jeff, Mike.
I'll holler at you guys, man. Love you always, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
All right, one.
Thank you.
Jimmy, hilarious.
That was great.
My ass off. How funny was that shit, dude?
Yep, that was great.
2 very good shows again, Jimmy. Next week we've got, again, reminding everybody at 7:30, we've got Rachel Ellering in studio with Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty DeFaro. And then we have the return of who, Jimmy?
The return. Who's returning now? I know I'm returning to New York.
At 9 o'clock. Eddie Mansfield will be joining us, the great Eddie Mansfield.
Yeah.
And he's promising more stories from the dark side.
Oh, man. Biff Pokerober is going to be popping up left
and then we also got coming up, we have Val Venus, which is going to be on a Friday, Jimmy. And then Coco Beware. And who's the other guy? Jesus Christ. No, the other guy. The guy, Eric Embry. Oh, my God. Eric Embry.
Other guy, Eric Embry. Okay. If that's our other guy, we're in good shape.
Jimmy, it's always an honor, man. I want to remind everybody, thank you for joining us on this Thursday night. Jimmy, you want to send us out?
You've been watching Monty and the Pharaoh. And until next week, later.